Hello everybody, and finally we are back in our broken universe, and this is also Rusev Day. It is a new day, yes it is, and I believe it is clobbering time. I'm going to stay in real time for the start of this video, where I just want to do a few things regarding Grove Street to prevent it as best as we can. And that is going to be make some of the buildings in here that I like historical, ones that preserve the sort of feel of Grove Street, something like that. Yeah, doesn't fit. I think I'll leave the ones in the middle just for practicality of the game. And no other reason other than that. How do I get rid of my bulldozer? There we go. What else here? You kind of look the part. I may delete these periodically just to see if I can get a few more that look the part in the middle here. These little ones, they'll be okay. So that is something that I wanted to do, something of high priority or importance. In fact, we're also going to delete you as well, because that building is actually in the location I really wanted to name a different building. So we'll see if one spawns in quickly. If not, we'll just pick the one next door. But we are going to give this a very specific little Grove Street name, just so we all remember exactly where we came from. That house that spawned in is also not what I wanted. You've got one more chance, game, otherwise we pick the house either side. It's not looking promising, it's looking too square for me. No, the lack of a garage has done it for me. We're using this one. This one is going to be CJ's house. So again, a little nod, just remembering where we came from. And that should be that area dealt with for now. The only other thing that we left the city struggling to do with is garbage. It's not too bad, but I feel I'm going to add in a few more. And we're going to add them in right at the base of the map, as far away as we possibly can, purely because these are not going to be permanent. So we're going to stick a few dumps in there. Customary to name them, of course. And name them after absolutely horrible people for various reasons. And we're not getting into the politics here, but let's be honest. The whole Black Lives Matter thing, racism's in the news. I'm not saying any opinions on the people in person, but he was caught saying some dodgy things in a videotape. And we are going to stick some more garbage over here as well, but we also want to build in, let's pause the game, an intersection here as well. So I'm just doing this for my timings. Timings? Spacings. I really need to learn how to bloody speak. Get rid of you and you. Soon as I've put in this next garbage dump, it is going to be a time lapse. The only little disclaimer I have to make before this time lapse begins is that on the last video, you'll see I put in this area here and this area here. We don't actually need those because I meant to put in industry areas, which if I highlight the correct tool, that's not the right tool, this is the overlay we want. These we have down here farmland, and we have up here forestry. So that's what we're going to focus on once we get this dealt with. In terms of how the series will go. We will have some real-time bits, and we will have a few other bits and bobs. And I think you'll all be glad to know, on this occasion, there's no RIP slides. Nobody died! Well, in the wrestling circles. Less of that, more good news. We don't want any more bad news. But since that got oddly political again, who else has been a little bit racist in the past? Remaining politically neutral, people. Politically neutral. Let's join our highway back up. We'll hit 3 speed again to keep my cash flow good. This area will get prettied up. Don't worry about that. And I do know we're going to try and get some farmland roads in here. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, I will zoom off into the future, into a different galaxy, a different vessel. We're going to stick you on a time lapse. Enjoy. So we're back into our time lapse section for this video. Coming on to future videos, the time lapse may be shorter or longer, just whatever I feel the episode needs. If the content is boring, you're going to get a time lapse. And when I say boring, you know, this is, remember, still just the starts, the bare bones of the city. Once we get the city built up, that's when we can go into macro detailing and whatever else. But right now, we're still trying to get a foothold on this land. So that is very much why there is still a lot of time-lapse sections. You'll see I've made a few mistakes here with my zoning and whatever else. And again, I want to throw an apology out there now. Pretty much everything is going to be revolved not around the forestry that I may have said we were going to do in the speed build. It is all farming and a little bit of Grove Street. So if that's what you're looking forward to and that's a deal breaker, fair enough, switch the video off now. That will be next episode. This is all about the farming, and I had a little bit of difficulty trying to get farm roads to come straight off the highway. So that's why we've got that big road, and it's diverted because we are going to add in just around that bend our main farm building, which for this video is going to be our Hardy compound. It's not fully detailed yet because we want to wait on some unlocks to get, you know, the barn and a few other landmarks in there properly in their places. But you will see some generic farming getting built. We utilize the small dirt roads to make these fields appear 6 times larger than they really are. And there's a little bit of jiggery-pokery to get everything going. And we had a little bit of fun as well. Once we got ourselves 4 crop plots, we put in some pigs as well. And of course they are referred to as our Phineas I. Godwins and our Henry O. Godwins, P-I-G-H-O-G. I'm sure you can see the reference there. The cows, I wasn't cruel enough to call someone a cow. So if you've got any ideas, make your way to the comment section. Let me know what you think they or anything else from the series should have a tribute name to them from. You'll also notice that we have a visit from Earthquake as well, coming up very shortly. And I tried to use the canal systems to make a feature of the earthquake. You'll see that coming up very soon. Do not pay any attention to it at all because the ground is just too high up, too elevated. The water does not reach. I've left the earthquake where it is, or the remnants thereof. We may or may not leave it there in the future. Like I say, we're just at the start of this adventure. We have our power lines going in to the most electrifying power plant ever. And basically, building the farmland kind of reminded me that there's big pylons usually through there. Come on, I'm Scottish, I live in farmland. That's pretty much the only landmark there is in some parts of our country. So those are all things that are going to happen in this episode. The final part of this time lapse, you will notice we build out a small residential area by the river. Mainly residential, a few shops down the main road. And I didn't actually name it in this gameplay session, but now I know what we're going to name it. The people in that spot there, just south of the river, they are going to be the world's champions. Not the champions of the world. The world has elected these people their champion. Its champion. And that is a tribute to a wrestler from the WWE, Daniel Bryan, who lives pretty much off the grid. He's very environmentally friendly, very green friendly. And he allowed that, while he was playing a bad guy, to enter his wrestling persona. He would spread the message, albeit in a fairly narcissistic way. A bit of a dickhead way, to be fair, but he actually got the right message out there. He got education to millions and millions of fans who otherwise wouldn't necessarily consider that. He actually made a difference just by bringing these issues to the forefront of people's attention. Made people think, well, wait a minute, should I be doing the things I'm doing? Anyway, WWE. And I think I'm justified for taking the piss out of them in this video for this. They told him, it's recently came to light this, it's documented, they told him that he was not allowed to keep preaching eco-friendly behaviours on their TV programme. The reason why, they said it was political. He denied this, he said it was scientific, and he fought his corner, but he was not winning that argument with the head honchos. So yeah, naughty of WWE. However, he is now a good guy again, and they want to sell merchandise, which means they want him to wear a t-shirt again, because that means they can sell it. And what he's been able to do, Daniel Bryan, and why he is worthy of this area being named after him in such a long talking segment, he has now campaigned for his future t-shirts, his future merchandise, to be made fully of recyclable materials. Each one of his t-shirts now is going to be made from 5 plastic bottles, plus other little bits and bobs, which is a good message, a truly good guy thing to do. He is also playing a good guy now as well, so that ties in it lovely as well. And today's message, no one's died, but we still want a nice feel-good message. This is a success story. He's going to be changing the ways and the procedures of which a major, multi-million-dollar company does their business. It's going to be good for the planet. And it kind of ties into the sort of global lockdown that we've got going on at the moment. If you look around yourself, all you need to do is go into the internet. You can see all the world's natural beauty spots looking so much better now that we don't have all the pollution that we take from our normal day-to-day lives. And it is gorgeous. So, think about this in the future, guys. It's not rocket science. Live responsibly. We should all be able to look after each other. And the world would be a much better, more beautiful place. So we are back. There was a change of plan. I've probably already explained that to you in the time lapse. So apologies that we have not yet got over here to our forestry area, but we have fleshed out, or rather got the very bare bones of our hardy compound. which needs more unlocks, and our farm. Obviously, putting in the farm, industrial need has gone down, and the need has risen for our residential and our commercial. So we have added in this little area here. Feel free to help me come up with a name from this. I'm thinking something debris related. And that is where we stand at the moment. What we are going to do on camera now is just run down any and all needs that we may have or may not have. And fill in. Oh, I see what happened there. We put a path in, which deleted our electricity. So this is just a case of maintaining how this area looks. We have had a few disasters in here, it would seem, a few bits of fire, but we'll check that in a second. We do have water in here, so screw it. Let's just put down another power plant. We want to make sure we've got lots and lots of facilities for our future builds. Water is fine. Garbage and industries is the one tab now. That's what's confusing me. Our garbage should be absolutely fine. We have 3 Jerry Lawler dumps down there, 3 Hulk Hogan dumps over here, plus 2 still in the starting town itself. Our industry is fine. Local medical facilities, I should say, it is looking good over there. I think what we'll do is add our main services in over here as well. So that is, oh, money, money, money. We've got the local medical facility in as well. Let's just make sure we name it as such. And it would, of course, make typos galore now under the pressure of being filmed. There was a fire incident over on the other side of the map as well, so what we will do is put in more big red machines. Can't remember what caps I used over there before. And this farm area in our Hardy compound, absolutely screaming about crime issues. So we're going to put in a right to censor over here as well. Also, you might have noticed on the speed build, I have no idea if I spelt Phineas correctly on our Phineas O'Godwins. It's not even Phineas O, is it? It's Phineas I. Phineas I Godwins, which, for those of you who don't really understand the reference, means pig, or hog, for Henry O'Godwin. So this area is got a good bit of green space. We're going to allow that to happen. And the problem is money is tight. What I might do is see if I can go to our parks at this stage. Too big. I don't like the look of that one. Let's go to... I'm trying to think. Plazas. Plazas are the way to go. In front of our service buildings, we are going to try and put in some plazas. We just need to grab ourselves enough money to allow us to do so. Because we want to try and make features of certain areas here, we need to get some detailing in. Something, hand on heart, I may not be brilliant at straight away. Leave me your feedback and, things in which we can do better. Let's get a path all the way through to this road, make this as accessible as possible. And we may add a few more paths in here. We've got a slither of zoning there to sneak through. Now, this being our more, what's the word, our more green area, I am using, oh, it's not the paths I thought. I'll maybe upgrade them. Oh, I can't upgrade. Scratch, oh, in fact, that actually looks quite nice. We'll leave the bit by the shops a little bit more concrete, and we'll switch to this for the paths in the more deep residential area. And how am I going to do this? In there seems like a shout. Did that work? That did not work. I think that might be a little glitch. Path we're using this one. Let's take all of our grid lines off. We do have a keyboard shortcut for that. Again, paths don't necessarily have any function at this point. They're just to put a little bit of texture and I don't even know what the words are, just to try and identify the area from other areas. Something else we should have as well is I have a forest brush, which is a mod we can get. We're going to layer this area with some trees. We'll make that bit nice and dense. Another big bit in there. We may have to find a few more parks for these areas, but this area is going to suit a more nature theme, so to speak. Let's have another look in our parks. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Delete that. Rezone. Also in this area, we might have to think about where it would suit schools. And this area here may well do that. Why are you still on garbage? So let's get ourselves an elementary school in there. High school in there. And if we have schools in there, parks around about this should be play parks. So a large playground. Damn, it won't fit. It won't fit. Oh, bugger. Let's get rid of that overlay for now. I think we need to move the high school over. I think I have a plan, which is dangerous for me. We're going to put our primary school into there. Back to our parks. Is there not a smaller playground? I wish... There, right there, small playground. We have made a massive balls up of this, haven't we? You're the elementary school. One up. Why wouldn't the playground fit in there? Spending all this money just moving a damn school. Right. Final What? Why have I got two high schools here? I am going crazy. Delete that, delete that. Start again, you big buffoon. Playground, elementary school. That will work. A high school we now can't afford. Brilliant. But it will go in there if we need it. Finally, parks. Basketball court, that will go well with the primary school. We're going to put it in here off the main road instead. The high school can go elsewhere. We don't have any taxis yet. That area might have suited a couple of taxi ranks, but we don't yet have those in. So that area should now have its medical. Death care should be okay. I'm not seeing anyone dying yet. Fire. Why is fire so low? It's more low up here. Maybe we just need the big ones in. Police. Elementary school. We're not going to need our high school just yet. As for leisure, that's okay. We do need to focus on leisure over here though. Unique buildings, a lot of them are locked, as well as the fact we don't actually have the money for them. They will come in the future. But for now, that is this area built up fairly well. Once we get the perimeter of the farm, we'll know how much we can intrude down the screen or not. Ladies and gents, we are going to leave the episode here for today. We will come back next time, hopefully with a little bit more money, and work finally on our forestry. Take care, look after yourselves, keep safe. See you soon.